Alrighty, welcome back to the Wizard Den. Today we're going to be speaking about the major difference here and what makes the difference from, just sitting there reading things off of a page of a book or online on a forum, trying to do a ritual and you're just chanting words to actually doing it. Number one, you need to get into a magical frame of mind. And the easiest way to do that is essentially using your imagination to your imaginative powers, your creative juices to bring you there. And what that's going to do, along with meditation, is it's going to take you from a beta brainwave to an alpha theta brainwave, where you are going to have access to psychic abilities more freely and accessibly, and you'll be able to then get in touch with the spirit realm a little bit easier and be able to hear and pass energy back and forth. Alpha is also the brainwave most people go into when they're healing and doing things like that, miracles, praying, all this kind of stuff, right? All of it comes back to alpha. So you need to get yourself there. It's a place of truly believing what you're doing has power. Getting into the whole I'm a wizard, whatever you got to do. If you believe you're fucking Harry Potter and cosplay that for a little bit, and that gets you where you need to be, so be it. Whatever. Also, you're going to have candles, you're going to have incense, you're going to be setting the mood for yourself. It's not too much for the spirit, although it is. Spirits have certain correspondences that you do need to follow the guidelines to and align with, in essence. But there are ways to communicate with these spirits without all of that, so it's not necessary. What is necessary are the words, the communication, and the mindset. And if the mindset's right, you'll have the psychic ability access more easily. And with the hard work and determination, you will get there, at least somewhat. So that is first step. Second step, you're going to be chanting. And if you don't know what to chant the whole conjuration. Do whatever you need to do multiple times. Do it in a rhythmic pattern, a same monotone voice. Let me think of a good N. I can't think of one right now, but you would think of an N, right? Linan Rame Katyaganin. And you're going to sit there and like rhythmically say it to get yourself to, in a sense, like meditate and drop down into that alpha brainwave as you're setting up your incense, as you're turning off the lights, as you're turning on the lighter, and you're turning on the candles, as you're getting everything prepared, and then you start to sit down. Leinan Ramek Kadyaganin Belfagor, whatever. And that's what you're doing. And then you're getting in that magical mindset. And you're sitting there and you're chanting. The next part comes with the conjuration. Now, I made a whole video a couple times on conjurations, so I'm not going to go deep into that. But the big important thing here is that you say it with power, with influence and belief. Everything you say holds power. Everything you say holds your intent. So Visualize what it is you want. Visualize the Spirit coming to you as you perform these chants, as you say these words, as you pronounce the syllables and the conjuration. Everything is falling together. And, you know, this is just the basis of things. But the underlying tones that really matter here are that you believe in what you're saying, that you visualize the Spirit coming to you, that you visualize your words having power and making things happen, that you drop through meditation and chanting into alpha brainwave, allowing you to access psychic abilities you typically do not have access to in the beta brainwave. Okay? Also, you have your candles, you have your incense, you have the lights out, you have maybe, you know, the robe on like I would, a mat, a circle, and a triangle like I do, or you don't. You don't need it. You don't need anything to do the rituals. All you need is yourself, some words, and some space. That's it. If you got that, you're good. You're good to go. Okay? That's all you need. So you put these things together, you mesh it together, speak with power, speak with influence, speak with control, belief. That is the important thing. Truly believe, truly control, truly demand, push out your intent into the universe, make it happen. Every word has significant power. And until you truly believe that, and until you truly act on that belief, and put more power behind your word, that's when things are going to happen. And until then, you're just going to be sitting there chanting things off paper, and nothing's happening because you're not getting into the magical mind frame. You're not saying anything with power. You're not saying anything with belief. And nothing, you know what I mean? You're your biggest roadblock. But also, you are your best friend in this scenario, because you are the one that's going to help you, and the only one that can help you achieve spirit communication. But I hope that was a help. I know I'm not going into extreme detail. I'm not dropping down everything into one video because it would take far too long. This is almost a 10-minute video already. But I have made videos on most of the concepts and individual pieces of ritual prior to this video. And if there isn't anything, you know, on certain pieces, I'm more than willing to drop videos on every individual piece of the ritual. But that's all for today. I hope that helps. I hope that guides some of the newer people, the beginners, on the path to the right way of doing things so they can get results. Peace.